Hi friends, this is Chris. Welcome back to the channel. So we got more news regarding the Twitter drama. Evidently, people smell blood in the water. I think it's going down. So now it's time to attack. And so let's jump right into the headlines. Mark Zuckerberg looks to deliver hit to Elon Musk with upcoming Twitter clone named Threads. So basically, Elon Musk was limiting the amount of posts that you can see, trying to get people to pay for that service to use Twitter, which is so ridiculous because I deleted my Twitter a while ago, and I'm fine without it. I don't need the thing at all. It's funny because evidently, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff happening, and Musk is claiming that AI is trying to data scrape them and whatever. And part of the issue is that if you are not on Twitter now, you can't actually see any posts on there. So I can't even see it anymore, really. And it's funny because for social media to be attractive to advertisers, because this is real, guys. In these platforms, that's how they make money. They keep your eyes on the platform. They want you to keep scrolling, and then ads will play. But if you're limiting the amount of people who are going to be on there, the amount of time they spend there, it's just not that attractive anymore. Let alone all the issues regarding any number of inappropriate things that can be found on Twitter these days. And I get it. There's fanboys and fangirls that, oh no, free speech for everyone. I always laugh because it's like, for me, there's certain things I just don't want to see. I don't want to see, just for example, people just taking off their clothes randomly, a number of things. I don't want to see that. I just don't. I don't want to see, any number of violent acts or whatever. There's all sorts of things that I do think you want some sort of controls on. And if you kind of suddenly remove that in the name of, free speech, it's not for me. And the same with advertisers as well. So it's funny because the fight between them may get physical. We've talked about this before on the channel, but I keep seeing news about it. So this might actually happen. Dana White, evidently, there was a rumor before you guys heard this, that they might fight in Rome's Coliseum. And I thought it was just like some silly rumor, right? But then now Elon Musk is saying there's some chance that they fight there. And evidently he tweeted it out, right? Some chance fight in the Coliseum, which is really crazy. The other thing is, too, I was thinking about this when Meta is going to be attacking Twitter. The title of the app, Threads, is not a bad title. And basically the gist of it is what they're going to do is they're going to take their existing user base on Instagram and just give them access to Threads right away. So, I mean, if anyone can challenge or basically replace Twitter, Facebook would be the one. I think theoretically, like a TikTok can do it, I guess. But it depends. I'm trying to think of any other social networks out there. I mean, I guess theoretically Google could jump into the thing and like say, hey, everyone on YouTube, you now have, a Twitter type thing, because actually already on YouTube, there is a community, what do you want to call it? I think they call it post function. I never used that function. So there's a similar function on YouTube, but and you guys might know, like on your phone, when you go through YouTube, sometimes you'll see these posts. They're not videos, and it's kind of like shorts in a way. So yeah, I do think that for people who are too young to know, software companies come and go. If you guys remember MySpace, that used to be like the hot thing, and kind of what sunk them was, I think what it was like too many minors were getting involved with adults, and all kind of stuff. I never was into MySpace, but even before that, there was like MSN communities was a big thing. I used to do that stuff. Yahoo used to be really cool. So don't think just because people use Twitter in the past that they'll always use in the future. Things come and go. This is part of the tech world. If you take a look at this, actually, this is the July 6th announcement. Actually, I have it here. I was looking at it. Yeah, so here it is right here. So if you actually go, and if you have an iPhone, you'll actually see this on the thing. So if you just search for Threads, the Instagram app, and like it's already on the App Store. And I guess this is what it looks like. It's going to look just like Twitter. Nothing surprising. The thing I thought was interesting though about this, when you look at the app privacy thing, which is really funny. They're saying all the data that they'll collect of you. So they'll collect health and fitness data, financial info, contact info, user content, browsing history, uses data, diagnostics, purchases, location, contact, search history, identifier, sensitive info, other. It's just like, how can I say it? One thing I always found fascinating with, say, like a Facebook or Instagram is whenever I flip on and take a look at it, like they'll show me ads that are related to stuff that I was looking at before. So you guys know this. If I was looking at, a pair of shoes, then suddenly I go over to Instagram and like they start showing me all the shoe stuff, or I'm looking at like, a book for example, start showing me book stuff or any number of things. So this is part of something that I think people, how can I say, are so used to. And remember, for these kind of things, social media is, if a product is free, you are the product. So I think that's part of the game, and I'm fine with that. So to be fair to Twitter, if you want to pay for something, then yes, you would remove the ads. But that's the one thing that I always thought a bit strange about Musk was that he was trying to convince you to pay for his product and still have ads on there. So it's like, why would I? Why? So I think, why? It's funny too, because there was another one that was trying to challenge Twitter. This was Jack Dorsey's Blue Sky. I guess they were getting a bunch of traffic when Twitter announced when Elon Musk announced like the imposing the traffic rules or whatever. I've signed up for Blue Sky just to test it out. I haven't gotten access to it, so who knows? I think it's just going to be the same as Twitter. I don't think it's going to be much different. So I don't really necessarily need it. And also too, in this drama, I mean, guys, there's always drama in this stuff. If you've been following this, Reddit's been having an issue. A bunch of their people were how it works. I guess you have moderators in different sort of like threads / rooms / channels. I'm not sure what they call on Reddit. But they actually turned off their public feature, and I think they were mad about. I think it was something with content or something like that. Maybe it was censorship. I don't know. And if you guys are following the Reddit stuff, I just don't follow the Reddit thing, and I can't keep track of all of it, and I try my best to. But there's always drama with these companies. Like for example, I didn't know this one. This was interesting. So the airlines are banning TikTok on employee devices. Evidently, the deal is that there's regulations for U.S. government contractors, which I think is quite interesting. So I guess Delta and Southwest are saying you can't use it. I think if you work for city governments and so like this, they're telling you to take it off your phone. So again, I'll repeat, just because something was popular in the past doesn't guarantee to be popular in the future. And kind of one of the things that really bothers me, and you can talk about Twitter and you can talk about TikTok, and if you want to talk about Instagram, any of these things is, when I first started using social media, and you guys do, I literally do it every day on YouTube. It was different. It was a time when you would flip on, I'm using YouTube example, flip on YouTube, and it was just like me, some guy in his bedroom or whatever, and giving his, opinions on stuff and like an honest, independent, opinion. These days, everything is so corporate, and, a lot of YouTube channels that are just basically TV production companies. I mean, essentially that's what it is now. And I miss the days of just independence and getting people's, just honest opinions and stuff like that. And so hopefully you come to this channel for that kind of thing. Because I was looking at this, it was interesting, talking about, say, your Instagram. I don't even know who this is. This is LSU gymnast Olivia Dunn. I think she's on our Olympic team. She's like one of the I think she might be the top earner on Instagram. And like the other one is LeBron James has a kid named Bronny. He's like really popular there. But it was interesting because the reason why I mentioned this is that there's so much money involved with social media. So she was saying like she gets over 500,000 for one post. I mean, if you want to advertise with her. So I mean, she's at 5 basically. It's funny. I was looking through a little bit of it. I just don't know much about her, to be honest. But there was some debate like whether or not it's because she's really good looking, attractive, or is it because she's really good at gymnastics? So my hunch would be is more of her looks than her gymnastic ability. But you guys can let me know. I just don't know enough about her. And it's funny, the LeBron James thing. He's just famous person's kid, and I think that's sort of the thing that bothers me about, be it your Instagrams or social medias and stuff like that, is there's really an idolization of stars, which didn't quite exist in the same way when I was a kid. And I think for kids these days, it's really stressful. I'll try to address these issues in my book, as you guys know, I have a book coming out. And I think this is something that, a lot of, say, parents these days, they talk to their kids, and it's something that the parents didn't have to deal with. And so literally when kids say, "Mom and Dad, you don't understand my world." In that regard, yeah, that's totally true. It's like, how would you talk to kids about, don't get too caught up on social media and this kind of stuff. So I'm trying to write about this. I mentioned this is because when we talk about the Twitter stuff, and I said in the beginning, like, I deleted my Twitter and I don't miss it and stuff like that. I don't. Twitter was just a lot of trolling strangers, basically getting fights with strangers. It's like, why? I don't want to participate in that kind of stuff. So I'll say, regard whether or not the Twitter challenger threads coming from Meta, is popular or not, who knows? One of the things I tried my best is when you do these social media things is keep it positive, for example, I use Instagram. I mean, I'll show you guys if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. I just put food photos on there basically. And, my wife and I, we use Instagram. And one of the things I like about Instagram, and this is saying like their user base, I don't think will go away anytime soon, is for travel. It's fantastic, or finding restaurants. Like basically it's really great to find, just regular person's photos of something, right? Because when you go to the hotel website, for example, that's taken by the hotel. You don't know it's real. And so it's very good to get like independent, just literally, like I said before, what I like about social media was, I missed that just boy or girl or just person in their bedroom giving their honest opinions. Like, hey, I want a vacation. This is the photos. I don't like it. I like it. And that's, I think is great. But we're in a world right now where people are paying $500,000 to, promote something on someone's platform. Or you guys know this too. I've said it so many times on the channel where so many scammy, finance YouTubers out there will take any number of dollar bills or, money is basically what I'm saying. Because it's like you'll get paid $20K upwards to say $50K for one video to promote some scammy company or scammer crypto or et cetera. So, I don't know if the Meta thread thing is going to be successful. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. But what I am trying to say is I do miss a time when, much of social media was more real, meaning that this, like I said, the private kid in the bedroom, and now it's all corporate. So let's try to keep it real on this channel, though. I will say we have a great community, and it's great to talk about these kind of topics with each other. So, and the question I'll pose to you is, how long, or I'll lead you. Let's say I'll hold this. Do you think Twitter will survive? We'll put it that way. And do you think they can survive this attack, like literal attack on their company by Mark Zuckerberg? So thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you next video.